There were a few brief moments of celebration earlier tonight here outside Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas.
There's actually breaking news out of Dallas as we speak.
You know, Gordon and Julie, earlier this morning around 6:30, a man was leaving his apartment here at Sanger Oaks when all of a sudden another man came out of nowhere.
We're here outside the middle school, the same place where 12-year-old Michaela Webb would be walking through the doors tomorrow, her mom and sister right down the road at the intermediate school. You know, Gordon and Julie, at 6 p.m. on the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving and year after year, you can expect heavy delays on this night, but we're going to go ahead and zoom in for a live look at I-35 as things are right now. Just minutes ago, over 300 Baylor students finished their die-in. It's 4.5 minutes of silence laying in the ground in solidarity in honor of Michael Brown's body, who lay dead in the streets of Ferguson for 4.5 hours. And now we're joined live by the Baylor and statewide NAACP president, Aaron Gass. Aaron, tell us, why did you do this tonight? In a letter, Mr. Goodson explained that they dropped their family car off with a mechanic to get a new motor back in April. Today, they still don't have their car back. Dan, Taina, misstep after misstep. That's the theme that's settling in here outside Presbyterian Hospital in Dallas, where 29-year-old Amber Vinson was being hospitalized until late last evening. And now Nina Pham, the second Ebola patient, will be joining her in Atlanta sometime today. That's right, Julie and Gordon. The official kickoff to the holiday season is just around the corner. You know, Gordon and Julie, the tough thing about breaking ground is that you can't even hear yourself think or talk for that matter. It all comes down to this: 49ers and Ravens, only hours away from kickoff. Only time will tell who will be crowned this year's Super Bowl champions. It's just about 8 o'clock here at the White House Correspondents' Center, and everyone's about to take their seats for what should make an exciting night with Conan O'Brien. Trick or treat? That's the question that thousands of kids all across Central Texas will be asking this coming Friday. Guys, I've gotten the chance to get to know Baylor Nation up close and personal the last couple weeks. We're here live in Mexia at the new food pantry on North Paris Street. And I'm joined by two special troopers, Staff Sergeants Acosta and Percy. And you can see big trucks like this at all of our sites, but it's the troops here that making this one a little special. They're relentless. They've been here all day, and they said they're not leaving here without filling up this bad boy at least a few more times. How about once more?
Yeah.
Twice? 4 times? Oh, guys, well, they're not going to leave here, and they're relentless, as I said before, but they literally have big trucks to fill here in Mexia. I'm Casey Wood with Food for Families. Guys, I've gotten the chance to get to know Baylor Nation up close and personal the last couple weeks. And let me tell you, as the number 6 Bears take on TCU, it's not going to be the players on the field to make the difference. It's going to be the folks sitting in the stands.
Who's ready for game day?
Come on. That's what it's all about.
Can't even hear yourself think or talk for that matter.
They say there's a mix somewhere in between pure talent and hard work that makes a national championship caliber team. But they were missing a key ingredient: the fans.
Game day program.
The brand new McLean Stadium packs 45,000 of them, not to mention the thousands of others that pack the tailgating lots. From afar, it looks like a vast sea of green and gold, but ask any Baylor fan out there and they'll tell you, that's just Baylor Nation.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
A small army orchestrating every move the team makes, all to make sure the fans don't miss a single down.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to McLean Stadium.
PA announcers doing sound check after sound check.
First time in 79 seasons.
The band drumroll after drumroll to keep the team and fans on their toes. All this prep to push their team to the very top, already at the peak of the Big 12, working their way up in the AP polls. That push starts just outside of McLean, with thousands of other members of the team, these guys not wearing a number of their own.
Regardless of whether I played or not, you get out here and it's a whole new environment. You walk out here, the fact that we didn't even know what this land was, 2 years ago, and now it's the home of college football. Now this is the best place to watch college football in the entire country.
Each bringing a little something special to the squad.
Well, apparently it's her. This is where it starts, the kids. We're training them young.
Old, young, and everywhere in between.
Just talking about the fan base, I think, just from when I got here, which is now 6 years ago, it was a great atmosphere at tailgate, but now it erupts.
A fan experience similar to the rise of the Baylor program, a claim made before week 1 even started, but one that may ring true after TCU.
Win, lose, rain, or shine, there's one thing that's for sure here at Baylor. They're ready to take on TCU. For Baylor Game Day, I'm Casey Wood. Julie, a viewer contacted us Monday looking for some help. In a letter, Mr. Goodson explained that they dropped their family car off with a mechanic to get a new motor back in April. Today, they still don't have their car back. These duplicate checks show the $1,300 payment the Goodsons made to get a new motor for the red 2003 Nissan Sentra SER5 back in May.
And it was supposed to be a quick fix once the engine came in.
No written agreements, no contract signed. Just a bunch of loose leaf with scribbled estimates.
It's been almost 8 months since then. I have had countless deadlines, one after another, and reasons why it wasn't ready.
Goodson, a high school teacher in Temple and father of 2, had enough.
And it's left my wife and my kids stranded at home.
After demanding answers for months, the shop finally issued a legitimate receipt October 7th. But one key part was left blank. No promised date and time filled out. So we stepped in to help. We approached the owner of Norton's Automotive on Jackrabbit Road in Belton, Bobby Norton. He says the special make of the car is to blame for the delay.
Parts availability for limited edition cars are hard to get.
But Joe says there's always another problem that just comes up.
It was a sensor here, it was another part here, then the flywheel was cracked that they sent, and he needed to replace that.
So we checked the Better Business Bureau's website and found the Goodsons aren't alone. Adam Price of the BBB showed us some red flags along the way.
Typically, the auto repair industry, they don't require payment up front. They do the work first, then they get paid after.
There have been 3 similar claims reported in the last year and a half against the body shop. In fact, Norton's has an F rating from the Bureau due to non-response.
We're just asking, hey, here's what the consumer is claiming. Can you simply respond? And in this particular case, the business just chose to ignore the letters that were sent.
But Norton, a 15-year business owner, says most of his customers have no problems.
You know, with every business, there's pros and cons. You know, there's always going to be a dissatisfied customer.
After our conversation with the owner Tuesday, he gave Joe a call to work things out. But Joe says he'll believe it when he sees it.
I could replay that in my mind about 50 times that he's told me the same thing. So I don't put any confidence in that, and haven't for a long time.
Now today, Bobby's promised to return the car to the family in its original condition and pay them their $1,300 in full within the next 30 days. Even more important than that, he's agreed to put it all in writing. Joe and Bobby will meet this Friday to sign the legal document. So, problem solved. Casey Wood, KWTX, News 10.
Lone Ranger.
Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear, when a masked man and his Indian companion fought for law and order in the early West.
You may as well call this auction house the Magic Kingdom this weekend. A place that turns grown men into excited little boys. Excited to see their all-time favorite superhero.
What'd it mean?
I don't know exactly.
It means
it's part of why I became a Texas Ranger many years ago, and have carried on this law enforcement career in my 32nd year now.
Exactly.
It's a special item that any auction house in the world would have been happy to have it, but the family chose to sell it right here in Central Texas.
While not your typical superhero outfit, the getup represents a man of steel.
He's trying to tell us something.
An Avenger who ranks with all-time Western greats.
They meant good, you know, everything heroic and you know, good morals and values and stuff, and I think that they you know, tried to put that into each and every episode or everything that they did publicly, you know.
The baby is safe. Are you two all right? Yes.
While just Hollywood memorabilia to the average eye, they are items that mean much more to the many who idolize this Lone Ranger.
If my dad was looking down right now, he'd get a good laugh out of this right here. This is amazing, just amazing.
Items that will sell for a high price tomorrow, regardless of the fact that no price may truly represent how much the Lone Ranger meant to many.
None of this would be possible were it not for Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
Casey Wood, KWTX, News 10.